Okay. Final four. Holy moly.
I'll join this.
Yeah, come on in.
Everyone get in here.
Jeez. This is so intense. That was the first time my name was in there. Just want to say, so go me.
I think all of us have gotten votes, so that's like everyone now
I
has
didn't
a
think I
share
would
of
last this
votes.
long.
Yeah.
After, you know, almost getting freaking booted in the first
Yeah.
20 minutes.
Oh no, it's her thing. Yeah, we'll stand over here. But yeah. I'm really impressed.
I'm finally glad I got to use that immunity idol. I really wanted to just sit on it until the end of the
I was gonna say, you must have been sitting on it forever. Not gonna lie, I was a little bit surprised where you played it, but I mean,
I figured
it's all good.
I figured that we were safe in our...
Yeah. But yep.
So welcome everybody. Final four immunity challenge. Then I'll take that back. Once again, immunity is back up for grabs. So we've been doing this for a while today. Is everyone feeling tired? What about hungry? Hungry? See, because then I decided I was gonna go to the grocery store and get you something because I felt bad for you. And so,
Pizza?
So I went to the grocery store and I found this delectable item.
I don't think it's pizza.
So we've got this luncheon meat. It's a delicacy in some places.
Where?
You know? And so, basically, this is a test of how bad you want it. Final three on the line. You should be able to eat anything.
Pizza.
I gotta do that while you're actually...
Wait, that's it?
No, Stevie, don't say that.
No, I'm just asking in general.
And the last person to show me clean, empty mouth is out of the challenge.
So we're gonna have to do this 3 times, aren't we?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Okay. 3, 2, 1, go.
Nope. That's not happening. Nope. Nah.
Clean mouth.
I just spat it out onto the ground.
Okay. Well, let's see what happens. Allison?
How? That was vile.
Steve is out of the challenge.
Oh yeah.
So this is a question of whether you two can do it.
Congratulations, you guys get to be more miserable than I do.
Sufjan is in.
I'm such a slow eater, Sam.
it made it past my...
I'm gonna throw up, and we need a fresh head. Is that possible?
I'm gonna give you 30 seconds. Okay, David is good.
I'm sorry.
3, 2, 1, go.
Oh my god, it won't even cut. Holy Moses. Okay.
What the?
Sufjan is still in this challenge.
Fuck.
And Allison joins in the final round. David, I'm sorry.
Yeah, just pop that as far into the floor.
Please don't vomit on me.
Don't bum on you.
I'm proud of myself. I did it once.
I'm proud of you too.
That means a lot.
Now we've got final round. 3, 2, 1, go. Sufjan wins immunity.
What?
How did you do that?
No!
How did you do that?
No!
He ate it.
How did you do that?
Safe till the final 3.
What?
He literally like swallowed that thing whole.
The rest of you, you have a little bit of time. One of you will be out.
What happened?
Gotta go us 3 to the end.
I think so too.
I am livid, okay? I'm freaking livid. Here's what happened. We had to eat spam, which is gross on its own. I was the only one who didn't gag. I was the only one who didn't cough. I ate it like a champ. I took it like a champ. Oh, Sufjan swallowed it whole, and he was the one who was complaining, I'm gonna throw up, I'm gonna throw up. I am livid. I am so livid. If you didn't think I was competitive, is this evidence enough for you? Oh my god. This should have been mine! Anyways, now I'm obviously in danger. I'm hoping. Okay, take a minute to chill. Oh god. Here's hoping I can chill with Steven. And they're gonna vote me out. Steven and David. I don't know. Sufjan's gunning for me, I know it. That's it. I just gotta work my way around it. Here we go. Anywho.
Okay. Do you want to
Yeah, here's the winner
No, it's
of the
not.
spam challenge.
Oh, nah, yeah.
David.
I love it.
Yeah.
He's like one of my favorite. He's like friends with everyone and
Yeah.
plays a good game.
I know I'm really on the line, and I know it's been dicey.
I know.
I mean, I was the third.
I know.
But it's okay. No,
I know.
It's literally a game, and I love it.
I love it too.
But,
I love
guys,
it.
we love allies.
I really do want to keep the ice with that.
Yeah, okay.
Like no joke.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm gonna chew this gum and hope that the horrible specter of that disgusting non-meat is gone from my mouth forever. Yeah, so I basically instantaneously ejected it from my mouth. It was really unpleasant. I would rather lick a driveway after a hot day of like cars driving all over it and people like spitting gum and like cement trucks just dragging as much crap over the driveway than eat that again. That was the most horrible thing. It's not even spam. It's called luncheon meat. What the hell is that?
You want to vote Steven out?
That's the only choice, right? If we're gonna write it out.
I like completely blanked that he won. That's why I was like, wait, why can't we get Sufjan out?
Because you won.
Okay.
Because I'm so angry.
We have to. And then we have two-thirds chance to make it to the end.
Yeah, but I know Sufjan's gonna go for me, so it's trying to get Steven to not go for me.
I don't think he will.
Where I'm at going into this reflects my distaste for the spam. I don't really want to vote any of these people off, but I think that well, the hell there. So yeah, David has just gone with Allison, and previously David had agreed to collude against her. So see what's going on there. But yeah, I don't want to vote any of these people off. I'm guessing now though, because that's a little fishy. I've got a pretty good idea of who I'm going to cast my vote for.
So what should we do? Steve is like a genius. I know. I mean, I know you're very close with Steve, but like, at the end of the day, we're not playing for second place. We're playing for first.
You're right.
Should I talk to Allison?
She's voting Steven. I mean, that's what she told me.
Really?
Yeah.
But like, if he says
And they're
something,
not even talking right now.
Okay.
So I think you're right.
Do you think we should do it?
Yeah.
If you don't want to do it, I'm not gonna do it.
What do you think? I think you're leaning towards
Honestly, I'm not comfortable with either. To be honest, I'm not comfortable sitting next to them both. But I'm
Also,
like
I think
thinking
Steven has
about
a
it
better shot
now.
at winning.
Steven is gonna win if we give it to him.
And he'll win them.
I know.
He has the best shot at winning
Trust
the
me.
meeting. He won.
He is.
I think you won choice, but he won choice too. So
Allison won a
she
lot,
won
and she's
one
like,
for-
she's always in the final too. Like since the first one, that's the scary part.
We literally control it.
Okay.
Right? We control the spin.
We want this.
We're going to win.
Okay, we're going to the end.
This is so funky. Now bring in the members of the jury. Ben, Sarah, DJ, Julia, Natasha voted off at the last tribal council. Sufjan, well done.
Thank
well
you.
learned.
Thanks.
So this final four, I'm like flabbergasted by how we got here. Allison, how did you get here?
I'm not sure either. I think I managed to keep myself kind of afloat even with an alliance. I didn't set about trying to make enemies. I didn't try to deliberately sabotage anybody immediately. And I just try to keep a level head. And also, if you couldn't tell by the last competition, I'm a fierce competitor. Which, congratulations, Sufjan, that was like amazing actually.
David,
Yep.
how about you?
I started off this game really, really paranoid, but I think like as time went on, I just learned to calm down and just go with the flow and just try to be open to doing new things and like and seeing like who was open with working with me, and I think that helped.
Steve?
Yeah, I was definitely not by eating spam. Um, and I think that the right mix of sort of just being like constantly chaotic and strategizing is what got me here.
Sufyan?
It's been a crazy ride, honestly. It's been intense, crazy, and stressful, but fun.
So what I want to know is this vote open or is this a decided thing?
Are any of these votes ever decided? I mean, we've seen them go any which way so far.
Allison, do you feel confident about how this vote's going to go?
Not entirely. I think because there are 4 of us, even when we discuss and deliberate, any point the tables could be turned. I've seen it happen in the past couple rounds. So, as I can't be certain, no one can be certain of anything yet. And if you are certain, then you're playing the game a little bit foolishly.
David, do you concur?
I agree with her. I think like you can go into it having an idea of what might happen, but at live tribal anything can happen and it turns, and you have to like think on your feet, I guess. So anything can happen.
Do you know who you want to sit with in the final 2?
Yeah,
Steve?
I think so.
Sufyan?
I think so.
Allison?
Yes.
Sufyan, with this vote, you're safe. So you're in that final 3. How much of this is about setting yourself up with options?
Honestly, this is I think one of the most important decisions for all of us. It's definitely one important one because it decides who is going to play the last challenge and who do you want to take you or who do you want to be sitting next to. And they're 2 completely different things and it's hard to find that, but I think
Have you been in an alliance with all 3 of these people at a point?
I mean, at a point, yes.
Steve?
Yeah.
David?
yeah, and that's what makes this so hard.
Allison?
I wholeheartedly agree, yes, and that makes it really challenging.
Well, we're about to see what happens. David, you're up first.
Let's go.
I'll go tally the votes. Person voted off will be asked to leave public council area immediately. I'll read the votes. First vote. Steve. Next vote. Allison. 1 vote Steve, 1 vote Allison. 2 votes left. Next vote. Allison. Next vote. 6th person voted off and the 6th member of our jury, Allison. Allison, Travis spoken.
I heard him.
Well, we made it to the final 3. 1 immunity challenge left. The winner of that gets to choose who goes with them to the final 2. See you there.
Man, okay. Talk about a backstab. Yeah. That was I guess a little bit to be expected. 3 boys now. They're playing a really good game. I got to give that to them. That was a good play. I'm happy with how I played. Did you see me with that spam? I mean, I ain't feeling nauseous yet, so. But I gotta say, I'm happy with how I played. I had an incredible amount of fun doing this. But that still should be me in that top 3. Well, now I'm off to join my cohorts in the jury. But it's been fun. Thank you.
I swear to God, I'm like happy with either of us.
I
I swear,
swear.
like not kidding.
Like when I mean I still
Listen,
am
you're-
in depth to you,
you're a
and then
good
when I
player.
switch
You're a
you,
good player.
you're amazing too.
You're amazing. I
and
know.
I want to go to the end with the best.
I really do want to go to the end of that. Well, I'm not, he's the best.
Well, he'll get the votes.
He will get the votes 100%.
He'll get the votes.
Like to be an underdog and do that, like he will get the votes. 100%.
Yeah.
Okay, so I did the last minute change. I was talking to David, and the only reason we flipped from Steve to Allison is because I talked to Allison before, and she was not going to take me to the final two. She was going to take David 100%, and it's not best for my game. I know Steve is also with Dave, but Allison and like, if I give David a chance, Allison there, and he knows I'm a better player than Allison, he would take her to final two. Right now, his only option is to take me. But like, the only reason I really did that is because the last confession, like the last tribal, is usually like balance and endurance and things like that. That's why Carolina won. That's why every season the person and Allison was killing it.
Then she won it.
She won it. And that's all I kept remembering. It's like, if she wins it, she's golden.
And then she could pick who. I don't even know who she would pick.
Does it even matter?
Yeah, I'm really surprised I made it to the final three. I was really surprised that Allison went home, or was sent to the jury. There's not really much else I have to say, but I definitely feel like this is the most threatened I've felt during the entire show. I'm gonna go down there and I'm going to lie through my teeth about everything and try and sway one of them to vote the other one off should I not win immunity in this next challenge.
How do you feel?
I feel okay.
Just okay?
Yeah. Do you still want to go all the way to the
I
end?
want to go to the end.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. Because
Are
I
you
would be
okay
okay losing to you. Yeah.
I would be okay with losing to you too.
So one of us has to try
Yeah.
and get immunity then.
Yeah. I'm hoping just it's something that like I don't know, anything that he can't win.
Yeah.
Anything.
Yeah, I agree.
So yeah, I'm 100% for this.
Sounds good.
I'm just really happy I like made it this far, to be honest, as cheesy as that sounds. Like in the beginning, like I lost like my closest ally Sarah, and I was like, okay, this is gonna go downhill fast. And then I had to like end up getting out Julia, and someone was like, this is, and now Julia's really pissed. She's glaring at me. She's refusing to look at me, and then she's glaring. So I'm like, I'm losing jury votes too, probably. So, I feel good that I made it this far. I'm surprised, but yeah.
I honestly have no idea what he's gonna do.
I don't either. Like he like walked past me, and then he like said like a funky comment, and then
I'll
left,
take
and I was
you.
like, okay, I promise you'll
I'm not
take it too.
crazy to take someone who played the game well, who was liked, who did not do anything bad to everyone, and
Yeah.
dominated.
Doesn't have
from
any
the bottom.
enemies.
Like to be the first person to get like 3 votes in the first day, and then to be all the way at the end, and
won
had an
2
idol,
immunities, I won
and
0.
did not even
Like,
needed to use it. So
yeah,
oh well.
he was the biggest threat. We never done that. So if he wins this, he has a really good shot at winning.
Play forward, please.
I'm gonna try my best.
Okay, welcome Final 3 to your final immunity challenge. Again, I'll take that back.
Thank you. Hi, Mom.
And for the very last time, immunity is back up for grabs. The winner of this challenge is safe to Final Tribal. They get to choose who they face off against in the final 2 and who will become the 7th and final member of the jury. For this challenge, each of you has 13 red solo cups. Your job is to stack all 13. The person who stacks all 13 first wins, or the person with the highest stack after 3 minutes. Everyone understand? Yeah. The challenge will begin now. Steve, almost there. David slowly catching up. David's is looking good. He's in the lead. Steve falls to the ground. David has just stacked his 10th. All of David's fall down. Sufjan is now in the lead with 2 minutes left.
Is it this though? Sorry.
Remember, after the next 1 minute and 20 seconds, it's the person with the highest stack, if there's not someone with all 13. One minute left. Steve is so far in the lead. "25 seconds. He's holding still. Can't be holding it. 3, 2, 1. Steve wins final immunity and is safe to the final 2.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Thank you, Sam.
You are safe.
Oh, really? Then?
You get to choose between David and Sufjan, who will make it to the final 2, and who will be cut just short. Give you some time to talk it out before tribal.
This is so sad.
This is so sad. Like we did dominate this.
I'm just regret if I just had 10 like I was at 10 like with the cones. If I just stayed there with the cups. If I just stayed with 10, you know what I mean?
That's okay. Yeah.
Just a rip.
Yeah.
Honestly, you can only
under the bus.
you can both appeal to me only at the same time here. Yeah. I'm gonna put this on my head like a silly hat.
It's so awkward.
Do you want to go first?
You can go first.
You can go first.
Oh god. Wait, I don't know what to say. Do you like?
Tear each other's throats out.
I mean, do you have any opinion on it?
I don't know.
Okay.
That's fair. My only pitch is that I think if you win against me, a lot of the jury have been like glaring at me and are not too fond of me. Like especially people I've worked with, like Julia's really mad at me. So I think you would definitely be a shoo-in to win, and I would really like $15 if I could just come in second.
Okay.
That's my pitch to you. And we've worked together for a while, so
Good points. Sufjan, you're up.
So obviously, like, there's no denying it that you were the person who's like most likely to win. Everyone knows this. You start from the bottom. You win an idol challenge. You did not need to use it, and you were with your alliances, knowing no one. So you're winning 100%.
Okay.
I think that's fair.
I think that's fair to
I
assume.
think that's fair.
I
Alright,
feel like
so-
honestly, I would not have taken you, just to throw that out there, because
Fair.
I feel like I would not have a chance against you anyways.
Fair.
I think. Wait.
Sorry, keep going. I didn't mean to interrupt
I
you.
think you should take me to the final too, because you've both worked together for a long time, and everybody it will be your last thing to add on your resume. No offense, but that's about it.
Okay. All right.
I
So,
think-
go. Keep going. Sorry.
Yeah.
I think
Exactly,
if
it's
you
okay.
guys were at the end, I think you would have a better shot than I would because you have all of your friends from your fraternity that will definitely vote for you.
I really don't think they will vote for me.
I'm pretty
like,
confident they
I'm
will.
I'm 100% confident.
And so
I'm 100% confident. They're not gonna vote for me.
I think
Especially Allison.
I think
That's
she
a
would.
that's a question they're not.
I mean, she voted him out.
The reason
Yeah.
the reason why she did that is because you were the better shot of her to stay.
Right.
It's because
had
obviously
to
I
choose
considered
the-
I
yeah.
considered taking you out. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I was like, if you get to the final, I have no possible chance of getting in the end and winning. I did not come to play. I mean, I guess you know what I mean. Like, so I was like head on. You need to go, but I only went with Allison because like she scares me too. But
Right.
honestly, all the people in DKA are all Survivor fans, and they're all objective, 100%. And you like, there's no reason for you not to win. That's a fact. It's
Fair
just.
I
Well, do you
agree
think
with that.
has
I
better
just think
shots?
that he has a better shot against me than with you.
Okay,
And-
I have a few more questions for you guys.
Go for it.
Do you like New York style pizza or Chicago style pizza better?
I like New York style pizza better because I'm from New Jersey, and
Correct
so
answer. What about you?
I knew you were gonna. I mean, now the pressure
No,
is
but you
about.
can still like that pizza.
I do not. I mean, I've been in college for a long time to not want to see pizza again in my life, so that's
Okay,
my
fair
answer.
enough.
That's
Um,
everything that I'm eating.
Would you rather fight one horse-sized duck or 100 duck-sized horses?
Wait, say that again?
So would you rather have to fight to the death one horse-sized duck, so a duck that is the
size of a horse.
size of a horse, about 3 tons, or 100 duck-sized horses?
I would
A
probably
stampede
fight.
of horses.
I would probably fight the one horse-sized duck, just because I think I would lose either way. But it would be really cool to see and lose to a horse-sized duck.
Okay.
So
I would choose the second one, which is 100. Is it 100?
yeah.
Yeah.
The only reason for that is you are in this game the one horse duck, and you're still here, and you're gonna go to the end. So
I appreciate that. So, okay. I think I'm formulating in my mind what I want to do.
okay. Do you want to do last pitches? I guess. Or can we?
Yeah, you can
Okay.
go for like one last statement.
Ooh. okay.
I win first every time.
Okay, yeah, that's fair. Okay. I think you have a better chance of taking me to the end because I did play this game safe. Like I know I mean obviously I really wanted to stay and you saved me and you made that decision to keep me and it looks you gave the immunity idol to him. So it looks like you're still going with your alliance versus being objective, and I know you do sometimes play with emotions, but if you really want to win, you would put emotions aside and look at game. You did take out, like I did start this game a little bit good, honestly. Like I'm not gonna lie to you and tell you I was bad at the beginning. It was because I'm comfortable that I had a little bit of the numbers, but then everything started changing and I kind of took a step back, and then you rise, and people remember the end more than the beginning because that's the hardest part. So I did not play a major role in getting someone out when I did not have the numbers, and that's like a bad move on my part. But I'm still here, so that's good, I guess. But you did play a lot of good games, and yeah.
I kind of disagree with that. I think from the beginning you were in the biggest power position because not only did you have your DK alliance, you also were talking to all of us. And so you were dictating each one. You were the reason why I'm still here. And maybe even, I don't know, it's a fair guess just to be like, because you decided to switch on TJ. And if you didn't do that, this game would have ended very differently. And that was your decision. And when we decided to do other things, like get out Allison or get out Natasha, that was more of a group effort. I don't really think like it was just my decision, whereas like those were specifically yours. Whereas like if I made a pitch saying like I got Natasha out, you could easily be like, well, I did it with you, it was my decision too. So like I think, and then also since you like won a lot more meetings than me, I won 0, he won 2, so he has a pitch for that. You have like a stronger argument being like, I not only outplayed better than him, but like I also brought him here. So I think you would win in a landslide, and the only vote I would probably get is Sarah. Every other vote I think you would have.
I'm gonna give you a hug.
Yeah.
We'll now bring in the members of the jury. Ben, Sarah, DJ, Julia, Natasha, and Allison voted off at the last set of Steve, congratulations once again on immunity. You are in the final 2, and you will be choosing the person to go with you. So, talk to me about that choice. Did each of them give you a pitch about why they should?
They did. I required them to both approach me at the same time and give the pitch in the presence of each other to keep it civil and also make sure that they could rebuff each other's arguments and sort of have their voices heard.
David, what was your argument?
Well, at first I said that basically if he takes me to the end, I think he would have a better shot at beating me than Supriya. Mainly because I think I made more enemies go on the jury who won't vote for me, and I also think that along with him controlling most of this game, with the exception of the vote he almost lost in and this one, he was basically in control the entire time. And he also has 3 people who they're not necessarily going to vote for him, but he's friendly with 3 people outside of this, so that's a big factor in helping him win. Whereas my only person I knew outside of this was Sarah. So.
Sufjan, what was your pitch?
Honestly, like, I'm still pitching. Can I still pitch? Is that allowed?
Yeah.
I'm gonna still pitch, you know, because I do see why you would vote to pick him over me. I do see that. I'm not lying, but honestly, the only thing I did in the game was play the first round. And once I aligned with David, my whole game plan changed, and he was the one who convinced me to get my final 2 alliance with TJ out. And
that's not true. You came up to me saying we're ready to flip with Natasha. If he didn't do that, I would have been out that round. That was the round that I got votes. So he had my game in the hands for the first half of this game,
and he had mine for the second half.
For 1 round.
The most important round.
And he was the one who convinced me to save him.
He's not pitching to me. You're pitching
to him.
to him.
But I'm just saying he had way more control.
Have you watched last season? It's basically Dylan. He's Dylan. I'm Max, and you're Carolina. Honestly, you're gonna look back, and I did tell you I was gonna pick you, but I was gonna pick him over you. But I swear to God, in my confessions, I would 100% think he's gonna win this game. You're gonna look back and regret on. He won 0 challenges.
0.
And is still here. Sometimes we look at Big Brother as being a physical threat, and the only reason I'm here is because I won that. I had to survive for my life and eat that thing. But you made it here with not knowing anyone, only 1 person, and winning 0 challenges, and you skipped every single round, and now you're in the end. You're in the perfect spot where you get taken to the final 2 and give you amazing speech that you're gonna convince me even to vote for you, and that's 100% a fact.
Well,
and
the only friends that I made
it's not about
in
friends.
this whole entire time was Sarah and Julia, and I feel like they're not even gonna vote for me to win.
All my friends.
So I don't even know who would vote for me here.
All my friends.
Considering that this game is outwit, outplay, outlast, you won 2 challenges.
Yeah, no, I admit that.
You kicked
but
butt.
He won more challenges. He had the immunity item, so for a physical threat, he has way more than me. But now when I decide a game, I have to look if I'm a jury member, I look at who played the best
and that was
physical
him.
threat and who played the best.
He was the underdog.
I have made my decision.
Yeah.
Does anyone have a coin?
Can I just?
Oh
We're
God.
not doing a coin toss.
I just want to say one more thing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest. We had a final 2 deal, and if I won, I would have taken you to the end. And that's actually, to be honest, I would have taken you over Steve.
Steve, do you have anything you want more from them?
I think I've heard enough.
You know what you're
I think I know what my decision
Wait,
is.
can I say one more thing? Is that allowed?
He already knows what his
Steve, can you say one more thing?
Yes, say one more thing.
I'll say one more thing. The last round is, when I was there and was talking to him, I made him switch his vote from you to Allison. So if you think he was gonna take, yes it is. I mean,
not true.
Fair, okay. But we were gonna vote
That's
you
not
out,
true.
and there was a lot of drama. And
Okay.
I changed my.
Okay. I told you that he was gonna vote
Oh
you.
man, and yeah,
I
backstabbing going around.
and I never talked
Alright.
myself.
Is your
That was a
decision going to
complete
change?
lie.
No.
Okay, then I don't see a point in this.
Okay.
Steve, David can't vote for Sufjan. Sufjan can't vote for David. Their votes cancel each other out. You are the only person voting, and it's time to vote. Steve.
Think wisely, though. Sometimes you don't know the best thing for yourself until you think.
I will go tally the vote. Once the vote is read, decision is final. Person voted off will be asked to leave tribal council area immediately. I'll read the vote. Seventh person voted off. And the seventh and final member of the jury, Sufyan. Sufyan, have spoken.
Sorry.
David, Steve, you made it as far as you can go in this game. Now the power shifts from you two to 7 people who you had a hand either directly or indirectly in voting off. Soon, the jury will vote and decide which one of you will be the sole survivor. Back to camp.
Yeah, so following that last win in that last challenge, immunity was really something that it was a big deal. I didn't expect it to make this far. I know I've been saying that after every challenge, but I really didn't. And I think that Sufyan and David were both back and forth a lot on their votes, but to me, when I saw them conspiring outside of certain groups I was in, I figured that it would probably come down to me having to kick one of them out, and I think Sufyan tends to be a little bit craftier, so yeah, that I don't know what that was, but yeah, he's gone. That's what that was.
I can't believe I made it to the end. I mean, since like 6th grade, like this has been like my dream to be on this show, and I've even applied for this show before, so just the fact that like I can be on it and actually do well, especially when like the odds were against me. The first few votes I was on the wrong side, or I was putting myself in bad situations, and so I can't believe I actually made it to the end, and I actually feel confident I'm gonna win. I think I did a really good job pitching against myself, and like I think he thinks he's gonna win too, so now I just have to like turn it back around, but I'm pretty confident that like they already know that I think most of them are gonna vote for me, I think. Either way, I'm just really proud I made it this far, and I know I worked really hard, and this has been my dream, so whatever happens, I'm still happy.
We'll now bring in the members of your jury. Ben, Sarah, TJ, Julia, Natasha, Allison, and Sufyan voted off at the last tribal council. David and Steve, congratulations. It's a huge accomplishment, but you still have one final thing to accomplish, and that is convincing 7 people voted off to vote for you to get the $45 and entitled sole survivor. So I'm going to ask each of you to make an opening statement to convince the jury.
So, Steve, you're first.
So it's really kind of difficult for me to gauge how I got here, and I think that we all can agree that there was ample amount of backstabbing involved in all of our processes, not just mine. So I'm gonna wait till I finish my statement before giving me glares. Despite that, I think that I really enjoyed learning and getting to know all of you. I think I could name one interesting fact about all of you and something I learned. And because of that, I really enjoyed my time with you. That being said, I was one of the first targets on this show, and after barely surviving that, managed to win 3 immunity challenges and get here. So if you're looking for a person who would win because they are surviving, that would be me. Thank you.
David, it's your turn.
Hi everyone. I just want to say 2 things at first. One, I intend on being completely honest today, of course, so if you have any questions, grill me, and I will give you the honest answer of what I was thinking at that time. Second of all, I just want to thank everyone for like making this happen and being a part of this, and for keeping me if you want to keep me longer, because this has been my dream since I was in 6th grade, so just to even experience this is so cool. As for this game, I think I deserve your vote because I feel from the beginning I was an underdog. I started off really scattered. I went into tribal and I voted off the person I didn't really want to go home, but I thought was best. And I realized how it kind of backfired. I lost my closest ally right after that, and I basically thought I was a sitting duck. And once I started, after my biggest ally going home, I saw a chance to get in, like, a leverage into this game with Sufyan and Natasha. I grasped it and I ran with it. And I mean, being a huge fan of this game, I played hard, and when I got the chance to play hard, I took it. I went with them and we got out a big threat, and then after that, I tried to turn on them. I thought he was gonna win Sufyan, and I tried to get him out. It didn't work out because not everyone went with it, and I had to do what I had to do that I felt in that position would help me still have some chance at surviving longer. And so after that though, I was pretty much in control, figuratively. Even though I never won a challenge, I came close in some, and also I think there are other versions of surviving, and I survived without any protection, no immunity, and I did so with people who have known each other even before this, and I got them to turn on each other. And I understand if you don't vote for me, but if you do, I really appreciate it. This is a dream of mine, so thank you.
So now, time for the jury to give their thoughts, questions, statements. We'll start with Ben.
Hey guys, I'm Ben. I don't know if you remember me, but we met earlier this morning. First of all, congratulations. You should both be super proud. You both played a strong game, I assume. I don't know that much about how the game is played. From what I saw, kind of on the perimeter of the game, it really seems like you had pretty distinct play styles. Steve, I think it'd be hard to imagine you here, especially considering how early on you had a target on your back, without, winning a ridiculous amount of immunity challenges. And David, it really seems like you pulled a lot of strings. Can you either contradict what I just said about you, or make a case for that being the reason that you should be chosen as the winner?
David, you go first.
I definitely feel like I pulled a lot of strings. I think it's fair to say that before TJ was voted out, I don't think anyone thought I would make it to the end. I think that's a fair assumption, and I'm here. And the people who were in control at that time, none of them are here. Steven wasn't even in control either. So the fact that I was able to turn it and get them to all trust me, I had final 2 deals with probably like a lot of them, and so I think I got people to trust me, and the fact that I was able to pull so many strings is why I deserve to win.
So for myself, yeah, I think I did rely heavily on winning those immunity challenges. I think without those, that I would have been gone a lot earlier. Despite that, a lot of what my playstyle was based on was being chaotic, and I do feel really bad, and I haven't had the chance to tell you that was convinced that you were safe in the beginning, and sincerely thought that you would not be voted off. So that's why I told you not to use that immunity at all.
I know.
So my playstyle was very chaotic. It was a lot of me deciding within moments of the beginning of a episode around who I was going to vote for, and then sort of playing the fool and trying to just not sink into one specific alliance in general, so people felt that they could work with me throughout the show. And I think that really helped me, especially since I had those immunity idols.
Thanks very much.
Good luck. Julia, you're up next.
Hi guys, congratulations for being in the final 2. I just wanted to ask, why do you think no women made it into the final 3?
This is really interesting because going into this game, my only allies were girls. It was you and Sarah, and that was it in the beginning. So I think it became a chance thing. I don't think I intended on making it an all-male thing at all. I was definitely disappointed when Sarah went home. I was definitely going to take her to the end if I could have. And then when she lost, I was definitely going to take you to the end if I could have. And when I realized I couldn't, I had to vote you out. It just came to the point later in the game, the two people I felt like I could work with, I felt Sufyan would definitely take me to the end, and I felt Steven would take me to the end too. So it just became like who I felt could bring me to the end the most, and it happened.
So for me, that really relied more on, at least for my personal choice in voting people off, which might help explain why there's no women up here right now, was more so the people I knew who voted for me from the very beginning, and a lot of them happened to be some of our female contestants, or voted against me, excuse me. So I kept that in mind as I was going, just who I could rely on, and I realized that there wasn't a lot of people I could rely on, but as the game progressed, the contestants who voted against me consistently continued to show me that they were willing to wheel and deal on the side, and so those are the people I voted for. Also, there is one extra male contestant, so.
Thanks, Julia. Allison.
Hey guys, remember me? So you guys backstabbed me pretty intensely. I was led to believe that I was maybe feeling a little bit on the safer side. What was the mindset going into that? What compelled you all to unanimously turn against me?
Do you have a preference?
No, go whoever wants to go.
I'll go. So, like I said before, the way I was playing the game is I didn't come into it with any sort of illusion of, like, obviously I've made friends here, but I never came in with the illusion of making friends to keep and sacrifice myself for within the realm of the game. And so every decision I made was cold and calculating to try and get to this point, which I'm honestly shocked that I made it here. And it wasn't anything that was trying to be a personal slight against someone. And it was just that the idea was brought up to vote against you. And three people, the majority of the group, sort of was, it was just the first name that was suggested, and the majority of the group's like, that's fine, and that's what happened.
As for me, going into it, before the challenge happened, I was kind of covering my bases, so I had final two deals with each one of you, and it was basically a plan of either voting you out or Steven out, because I was going to take Sufyan if I could have, and so it was a matter of who won or lost the challenge. He ended up winning that challenge, but what happened was, going into it, straight up honesty, I was planning on voting him out. But then it turned, Sufyan had second doubts, and I thought about it, and I decided to go with him because I thought it would look really bad if it was 2-2, and then one of us flipped over. So I don't know if you noticed, but me and Sufyan were really frantic that one. It was because we were changing it as we were there. So that's the honest truth.
Wow. Okay, cool. No hard feelings, I promise, but good luck.
Sarah.
Hey guys. So just like quick rehash. You were like my first ally, and like we had a final two thing, which I was the second one out, whatever. But my question is actually more targeted towards you. I feel like I have like a pretty good idea of how you played the game, which you played very well in my opinion. And you also played very well, but my question's more tailored towards you. Because as of now, I think that personally, while you might have survived more, I think that like you stereotypically survived more because you won more immunity stuff and kind of made your way through that way. You got through with like your first ally being gone, and then your next ally, Julia, pretty much being gone right after that. Like, what would you say some of your biggest mistakes were in this, and how would you justify them? And looking back, would you have changed anything?
I would have. I don't know if you noticed, but in the third round, when we were in the challenge where we were like Xing each other's paper, I was so upset. I don't know if you noticed, but I was just so defeated, and I completely regretted how we handled the first one. Because initially, us five were like gonna vote TJ out, and that's what I wanted to do. I wanted TJ out first, but we were so frantic and paranoid in the beginning. There was so much miscommunication. We never confirmed it was still happening, so we assumed it wasn't, and so we voted Ben out. And I completely regret that. I think that was such a stupid decision, and I didn't think I could recover from it. So I would have voted TJ out first if I could have. I thought he was playing the most, like, he was thinking the most at the time. I don't think I regret anything else. I was definitely not happy having to switch my vote to vote out Julia. My plan once you lost was I wanted to take Julia as far as possible. And I thought we had the votes there, but someone flipped, and so it was a tie. Originally it wasn't going to be a tie. We were good with getting Sufyan out. And someone flips, then it ended up being a tie, and then I thought Allison flipped, and it was actually Steven, and so then I was trying to be like, let's just vote together, but he already voted out Julia, so I just switched my vote, and so I don't regret voting her out, but I think it put me in a sticky situation with especially Sufyan, and I had to rekindle that, which I did. I mean, yeah.
Okay, good luck.
Sarah. Natasha.
Hi, I'm Tasha. So, just wanted to get into, like, I was blindsided the round that I got out, which was interesting because as soon as the last tribal, like, finished, me, you, and Sufyan talked, and you were like, Allison. I just want to know who exactly put my name out there, and then, like, what was the thought process involved? Because, like, and I thought we were also friends, and then earlier you were like, the only two friends I had were Julia and...
No, I meant, like, going into this, like, instantly, I became, like, I clicked with them.
Okay.
I genuinely like everyone. I didn't mean that in, like, I swear, I really worded that poorly, I'm sorry.
I was...
No, I just meant, like, going into it, like, I already knew Sarah, and then I clicked with Julie pretty much instantly. And then, like, everyone else is developed. But as for your vote off, it was kind of like every single round after I started gaining power, my plan was to cover my bases. I didn't want anyone to even consider voting me out. And the only vote I ever got was the episode TJ got out, and I got the person who voted me out. And so I was just planning on covering my bases, so I would go to each person and be like, we're good, let's get out this person. And then I would go to that person and be like, we're good, let's get out this person. And I would base it off of the immunity challenge, who would win, and going further, like, how did I think keeping one person over the other would help or hinder me getting to the end. As for you, I decided to vote you out over Allison because you were really close to Sufyan, and I wanted to take him to the final two. I thought I had a better shot taking him bringing me to the final two than you bringing me to the final two. Mm-hmm. And so, because we talked about it more, I don't think we talked final two too much besides final three. And so my plan was basically like, he would probably take you over me, maybe, and so I took that chance away.
It's like, so who put my name out there?
It was a mix of us. I think it was us two, but I definitely wanted you out that round.
Okay.
To be honest.
I have a little bit to add.
Okay.
Well, it's just like my own take on the situation. So, I decided that I would. Sufyan put, I believe, Allison's. Don't quote me on this because I don't want to make anyone hate anyone, but I believe that's where the Allison suggestion came from. And then following that, I perceived both of you to be threats, but in that moment, I perceived you to be the larger threat. And this goes back to a little bit to Allison's question that she just asked and Julia's question. I perceived most of the women on the show to be the biggest threats, and attempted to try and eliminate the threats, and that's what happened.
Okay, thanks. Well, congrats on getting this far.
Sufyan?
Hello everyone, congratulations. You made it to final two. I'm gonna ask you two different separate questions so I can give you a chance to both answer. I'm gonna go with DC first.
Okay.
I mean, you made some decisions based on coin flipping and emotion sometimes. So I would like to know, other than that, or was that part of your game, or other than that, what do you think was your biggest move in this whole game? Like, if you can name one move, what was it? And why did you play sometimes with luck and emotion?
I honestly think that my biggest move in the whole game was allying myself with Ben right off the bat, because he's very amicable, easy to talk to, and it was fun looking for the immunity dials with him. And after that, I realized that trying to make friends on the show, well, like, just like trying to be friendly with people was not the right way to do it because we immediately had the biggest targets on our back. So the way I went from there is didn't actually rely on emotion or cloaking. Like I said before, I played the fool. Most of my decisions were made from the beginning of the round, so it wasn't specifically targeting people based on that. It was more so who's the threat. And so I would say that move really influenced, the beginning move really influenced that type of play style throughout the game.
Okay. And then, David, my question for you is, I would also want to know what was your biggest move in this game in general? Like, if you had one move that you think got you to final two, and how did you approach that?
Yeah. I think the move that was mostly like my decision and what definitely helped me was getting Natasha out. I was getting a little concerned with your two, because you guys were like this, and I didn't know if I could infiltrate that, and it made me uncomfortable. I couldn't take you longer than 5. I genuinely like you both, but I had to get her out, and being able to switch the vote, and also that round, I asked him to play my idol because I wasn't sure if you 3 were conspiring against me. So I was trying to save my bases as much as possible that round, and I feel like that round I took the most control.
Thank you. Good luck to you both.
TJ, how's the talk?
Congratulations, guys, making it to final 2. My question for you is, besides getting to the final 2, what do you think your greatest accomplishment was in this game? And you said getting rid of Natasha was your biggest move, but that doesn't necessarily mean your biggest accomplishment. I kind of, what are you most prideful of?
Well, week 3, like I said, I was down, really down, and I was labeled most likely to stab your back. But after that one vote, I didn't get a single vote. I don't know if this is true, but I wasn't really targeted much too. But yet I was still thought of as most likely to stab your back. So I had a reputation, arguably, that I wasn't probably the most trustworthy, but I still managed to get everyone to trust me. And I think it's fair to say that I think most people believe that I would take them to the end. And so I guess to be more specific, to answer your question, having a bad reputation, but yet still getting everyone to still trust me was my biggest accomplishment.
So I think my biggest accomplishment was coming back from that original week 1 sort of deficit where I was the second largest target on the board. And yeah, I think that's it.
Well, those were tough questions. Good job to both of you for answering them. Now you have one final chance to make a closing statement. This is your last chance to tell the jury why you think you should win. And David, you're first.
Hi again. I just want to say thank you for asking me your hardest questions. I just want to say, out of this game, I genuinely really like each and every one of you, and it was really fun to play with you guys because, I loved all of you guys, so it was it made it that much more fun, but it also made it really hard too when you had to blindside someone. So I just want to say I'm really sorry if I hurt any of your feelings. I have no hard feelings against you guys. I have no bitterness, and I hope it's in return too. As for the game, I just would like you guys to consider who worked the hardest the whole time. Oh, he worked really hard too. But who made the most moves? Who do you guys, based off of your criteria, deserves it the most? And whichever you decide, I respect your decision. So thank you.
Thanks, David. Steve?
Thank you again for spending this time with me and being here at what is essentially the final challenge, which is convincing all the people that we've sort of wheeled and dealed with this entire time to give us another chance. I don't really have all that much to say in closing. I think that you guys asked pretty comprehensive questions, but if I did have to say one thing, is that all of you at some time made me feel threatened for my safety on this show, and made me play in a way that I think reflected that, and I think that's indicative of a really interesting group of individuals who are able to do that. So, thank you. Please clap.
Jury, that's all you get. Now it's your chance to make your choice and make your voices heard. For some of you, it's been a long time since you've had that opportunity. So it's time to vote. You are voting for the person that you want to win. Ben, you're up.
So last time I was here, I was talking a little bit of trash because I thought I had just been betrayed. And I was saying mean things about the person that I thought had betrayed me, but was actually the only person to stick by me at any point in the entire game. In the end, I think you played honestly and you played strong, and I want to reward that. So congratulations, I hope.
This isn't because you were my ally. This is because you outsmarted, you outplayed, you outlasted. Congrats.
He played a smart game. He was really good from the beginning. David played an excellent game too, but when I asked him my question, the fact that he was so quick to flip-flop on a dime, literally as he's walking here, that proved to me that Steve had a cold, calculated plan. I think they both did excellent, and it was a lot of fun working with them too. So yeah, if you guys want to hang out at all after this, like, I'd be more than happy to. But Steve played a smart game. And I admire David for his sheer luck at getting this far without any challenges. I also admire Steve's ability to win challenges at the end. He was a very good competitor, and for that, Steve, you are my Survivor winner pick.
Ooh. This is an easy vote. I think you should have not have taken me if you won, but you do deserve this, so I'm genuinely happy for you.
For the last time, I will go tally the votes. David, Steve, congratulations. You fought hard, you did a great job. I couldn't have asked for a better season and a better group of players. And this is it. 7 votes, takes 4 to win. I'll read the votes. First vote, Steve. Next vote, David. Next vote, David. Next vote, Steve. 2 votes Steve, 2 votes David, 3 votes left. Next vote, David. Next vote, Steve. 3 votes David, 3 votes Steve. It's 4 to win, 1 vote left. The winner of Survivor Van Ness, David.
We get to go home!
Oh my god!
I don't know, going into this, I was like, I'm either gonna be the first one out or I think I'll take it. And so once I survived that, I actually didn't think that anymore. And I was like, oh my god, I'm really screwed. I'm in a really tough spot.
Tribal council changed everything.
I am picking you, David, because you played the best game. You said it best when you said the only vote that you ever had, really, was when I voted for you and I got voted out. And no one ever thought you were a threat except for me. And I have to respect that. And I have to respect the game you played. I think Steve was able to skirt by a couple of times, and for him to say that getting back after his first round, I think that the first round was his biggest accomplishment, coming back from that. I think he was in a really good position for most of the game. So I think you were in a really good position too, David, but I think you win this one because you played the best game.
I'm just really proud of myself for just making it to the end. Like, even if I didn't win, I would be just as proud because I completely turned it around. And I feel really good about it. It was really close, and Steven played a great game, and like that's why it was so close. So I'm just really honored that they voted for me, or the majority voted for me. So yeah, thank you.